In a family that specialized in brute force over the years, perhaps no one better personified this than Rodney Wwe, nephew to the Wild Samoans, better known to the WWE Universe as the mighty Yokozuna. The family's first world heavyweight champion, Yokozuna arrived to WWE in the fall of 1992. An imposing behemoth, to say the least, Yokozuna would make an immediate statement, winning the 1993 Royal Rumble just a few months after his debut. This victory would grant him a WWE Championship match at WrestleMania 9, where he took on Bret the Hitman Hart. This meteoric rise to the top was only a hint of the dominance Yokozuna would have on WWE for the next year. 2 WWE championships, a WWE Tag Team Championship, victory over the era's titans like Bret Hart, Undertaker, Lex Luger, and Hulk Hogan.
Yokozuna is my middle name. I'm named after my uncle. I carry it with like so much pride and weight on my shoulders just because of like what he's done for this business and like who he is as a person too. It's a cool middle name to have, man. I represent it with the pride, man, that I have. Hopefully, man, I'm making him proud by doing it.
The manner in which Yokozuna melded incredible size with unspeakable agility shocked the WWE Universe, who to that point were used to their monsters hitting hard but moving slow. Yokozuna broke the mold, punishing opponents with super kicks, uranagis, leg drops, and of course, his devastating banzai drop. A maneuver so effective that once it had connected, nobody kicked out of it. Nobody.
Rodney was a very unique talent. I think the way he was able to handle all the pressure, it was kind of parallel to how he was in the ring. For someone to be so big and to be so nimble, you just don't see that very often. Rodney was one of those first solo guys, singles competitor guys that was able to go out there and really just make waves, make a big splash. I mean, pun intended, I guess. You know, that fool jumped in a pool, he'd knock out all the water, and that's the way it felt sometimes. He would go into those arenas and just suck in all the energy and be able to give it back. So when I look at Rodney, I see someone very similar to me, someone who understands the top, the very, very top of the game, the top position, and everything that goes along with it.
In a career filled with so many highlight reel moments, perhaps nothing stands out more than when Yokozuna faced and defeated the so-called immortal Hulk Hogan at the first King of the Ring event in 1993. Looking to humiliate Hogan after the Hulkster stole Yokozuna's WWE Championship only 2 minutes after Yokozuna defeated Bret Hart for the title months earlier at WrestleMania 9, Yokozuna entered the ring totally focused on the task at hand. And on that night, he not only got revenge, but his victory would send Hogan packing from WWE for nearly 9 years.
Hulk Hogan is finished.
Many felt that Yokozuna had indeed killed Hulkamania. Now you get to possess the power of the mighty Yokozuna and deal out punishment to Hulk Hogan to walk out of the King of the Ring, a 2-time WWE champion. Showcase the ability and the agility that made Yokozuna a Hall of Fame performer and take Hulkamania down. Banzai.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an event of international magnitude. Photographers from around the world as they are documenting Yokozuna's every move.
Coming down the aisle with Mr. Fuji is the challenger from Polynesia Islands, weighing 550 pounds, Yokozuna!
One thing, Corey, he's 550 pounds, bigger than he's ever been.
And I understand Hulk Hogan trimmed down so he can have more speed, more endurance. But I'll tell you something, Hogan's got to take him out early.
This is going to answer a lot of unanswered questions from WrestleMania 9.
A lot of pressure on the president of WWE for what he did. But this is Yokozuna versus Hulk Hogan. Let the winner be the winner.
One thing's for sure, Hogan will be quicker. He will be faster than he's ever been in any previous title defense.
Well, this is going to be interesting because he's wrestling a fresh Yokozuna this time. Not a man who's already wrestled a 15-minute match with Bret the Hitman Hart.
Well, Hogan and Yokozuna's last match lasted less than 30 seconds when Hogan won the title at WrestleMania.
Well, I can tell you, this match will go much longer. Yokozuna will not be caught by surprise this time.
Listen to this. What a phenomenal ovation for the WWE Champion.
His opponent, coming down the aisle with his manager, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, from Venice Beach, California, weighing in 302 pounds, the WWE Champion, Hulk Hogan.
You can feel this facility shake, literally moving. The rafters shaking with the ovation of the WWE Champion Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan thrives on these people. He thrives on the Hulksters, the little Hulksters. This is what keeps this man going.
Hulk Hogan's relying on the fans. He wants to hear them cheer. He wants to draw strength from them. But Yokozuna's focused. He has not taken his eyes off Hulk Hogan. He is ready, believe me.
The Hulkster ready for war, and you can bet, ladies and gentlemen, it will be warfare here.
Well, he's been saying for weeks that he is going to be the first man to slam Yokozuna.
Oh, nobody slams Yokozuna.
Well, we'll see. Hulk Hogan wanted to prove it was not a fluke that he beat Yokozuna. And now we're going to find out if it was a fluke or not.
Intensity. Challenger in the corner, looking more determined than I've ever seen. Mike McCall emanating from King of the Ring 1993 alongside Corey Graves and Byron Saxton, where Yokozuna hopes to regain the WWE Championship he lost in record time to Hulk Hogan.
Both men coming in with so much to prove. Hogan wants to prove his controversial WrestleMania win was no fluke. And he's also promised to finally slam the 550-pound giant right through the ring.
Yokozuna wants to erase the memory of his initial title reign that lasted mere seconds. He knows that a fresh Yokozuna can beat a fresh Hulk Hogan, and tonight is the chance to prove it. Flapjack!
Gosh, landing face first. Some folks thought Bret Hart should have had this rematch against Hogan, but the president of WWE has made the controversial decision to give Yokozuna the title match.
Indeed, there will be no rematch for Bret, who, I might add, lost the title after Mr. Fuji interfered on Yokozuna's behalf. Instead, he was given an automatic entry into tonight's King of the Ring tournament.
The Hitman has certainly capitalized on that opportunity, already defeating Razor Ramon and Mr. Perfect tonight. Now, can he finish the job in the main event and win the King of the Ring?
Now a big swing of momentum against Hogan.
Yokozuna making Hogan regret wanting this match. I love it. Good Lord, talk about getting drilled.
You can see Mr. Fuji.
Oh no, bear hug of pride. This is not good for the Hulkster.
Bear hug, and a way to get out of it is being on display right here.
Man, what a hit.
Timing stuff.
Oh, piercing the sternum.
Yup.
And he exits the ring.
Better watch the count.
Thrown out of ringside and back to the mat.
I hated that.
Ooh, one step ahead there.
You know, Hogan slimming down may have an adverse side effect. Yokozuna can wrench those holds in around the Hulkster's waist now.
Well, the waist and chest may be a little bit smaller, Corey, but you better believe the 24-inch pythons have not changed shape whatsoever.
And those pythons are primed to pick up the 550-pound monster and slam him through the mat. Flapjack.
Gosh, landing face first.
And Yokozuna is leaving no breathing room here.
Yokozuna taking the fight to Hulk Hogan. The Hulkster's rocked.
And Yokozuna didn't see that coming. Ooh. Bombastic claims coming out of both camps coming into this one, gentlemen.
Hogan has claimed in interviews that he will slam Yokozuna's carcass straight through the ring so hard that it will cause a worldwide earthquake.
Meanwhile, Yokozuna has kept his comments brief, saying, quote, Hulkamania will die. Hogan, you're going down.
We'll see which man's predictions come to fruition as this match rolls on.
And the knee.
And Hogan falling victim to a slew of offense.
Yeah, Yokozuna just can't be stopped now. Vicious knee.
Ooh, he fends that off.
Hogan managing to get some control back now.
Hogan weathered the storm and wants to create a flurry of his own.
Can we talk about Yokozuna's meteoric rise in WWE? He's accomplished quite a lot in a short amount of time.
Just look at the man's track record at major events. He made his premium event debut with a quick win at Survivor Series, won the Royal Rumble in dominant fashion, and then captured the WWE title in the main event of WrestleMania.
But that momentum ground to a halt after Mr. Fuji's ill-timed challenge ended Yokozuna's title reign after mere minutes. Yokozuna needs to get back on top with a win here tonight.
And a feel.
And you don't often see the champion get thrown around that easily.
Yoko now, belly-to-belly slam.
That's got to be the end of Hulkamania.
Jimmy Hart trying to rally. And a kick out by Hogan with authority.
Hulk Hogan's not done yet. Hulk Hogan is coming alive.
Yokozuna back to his feet. Big chop to Hogan. And Hogan's starting to hulk up here.
How many times have we seen this over the years?
These massive strikes from Yokozuna having absolutely no effect on Hogan.
Hogan fired up. Hogan's ready to go.
Hogan feeding off the energy of all the Hulkamaniacs.
And here comes Hulk. And Yokozuna being backed up to the ropes. Big boot.
I can't believe Yokozuna's still standing.
Hogan continuing to pour on the offense. A second big boot, but Yoko still on his feet.
Don't let up, Hulkster. Keep swinging, keep firing away.
That boot, Yoko staggering, stunning, and he's down.
Drop the leg, Hogan. Drop the leg.
Hogan, leg drop. Here's the cover on Yoko, who kicked out of the leg drop.
What? Get Mr. Fuji out of there. Hogan feeding off the energy. Wait a minute. What is that photographer doing on the apron?
There's a match going on. What the heck?
What was that?
What in the world just happened here?
Oh, flapjack.
Gosh, landing face first.
And Yokozuna is really putting the pressure on.
Hogan's going to have to dig down deep here. Knees up, had that telegraph, but can it be capitalized on?
You gotta hit the leg drop.
Yokozuna saw it coming.
Find some payback with their potential.
Hogan able to take a stand there.
Good chance for Hogan to gain his wits about him.
Man, what timing on that counter. German suplex. Quite the battle brewing here between Hogan and Yokozuna.
This is exactly what the crowd wanted to see back at WrestleMania. Yokozuna demonstrating his full power. Hogan's in trouble.
A big splash.
That's the kind of cold-hearted offense that's made Yokozuna so feared. Man, what a splash. Yokozuna on the move.
A big leg drop by Yoko.
Hulk Hogan, Yokozuna, two giants who will not stop. Yokozuna in full control.
Hope the ropes hold up.
Onside. Already headed towards a title change.
Two. The champ isn't going down easy.
That was a matter of a fraction of a second.
And absolutely no idea how that didn't work out in Yokozuna's favor. You can tell he's shocked too.
Yokozuna just manhandling his opponent. Big headbutt.
Oh, I think we know what Yokozuna is thinking.
Up to the second rope. This is going to be ugly. Bullseye drop.
The challenger might have what it takes to win this.
Two.
And Yokozuna is once again champion.
I can't believe it.
The winner of this bout, and new WWE Champion.
Confidence on him cause emoji rolling on the floor laughing. Emoji rolling on the floor laughing. Emoji rolling on the floor laughing.
WWE Champion. We may have just witnessed the end of Hulkamania,
Yes.
gentlemen.
There's no may about it, Cole. Yokozuna just conquered Hogan, and every newspaper in Japan is going to be filled with pictures of our new WWE champion.
I
Here
call
in
the
the
giant ass
heartland
draw.
of America, the heart of
That is the
Hulkamania
championship ass
has
laughing.
just stopped beating.
Our next chapter sees the showcase spotlight shine on an area in which the family
Olu.
built their legacy: tag team wrestling. Starting with the wild Samoans, Afa and Sika, all the way through to more recent champions like the Usos or Tama Tonga and Tongaloa. This dynasty has always excelled
Definitely
in
championship
tag team
ass.
competition, consistently showing an ability to dominate the division with a wide variety of looks. And the first team that we will look at, accompanied to the ring by Afa himself.
No ass can top it except Rikishi.
They put the fear in people's hearts. That's what the head
Billy
shrinkers
Gunn and
did back in the
Yokozuna
day.
team the ass men.
Second to none in that ring. You know, hard-nosed, battle-tested. They went for it every single night.
Laughing.
More astute fans may also know that early in their journeys, Samu and Fatu were managed by me, Paul Heyman, then known as Paul E. Dangerously.
Young
and the
Rikishi.
SST, the Samoan SWAT team. The Samoan SWAT team is here. Vengeance is mine.
Right.
Already an imposing force that early on, their future greatness was obvious to so many industry experts. Afa, more than anybody, knew he had the team on his hands, with Samu being his son and Fatu his nephew. The tribal elder was able to mentor both, instilling in them the same unrelenting approach to competition that made the wild Samoans world famous. The team tore through regional promotions
Samu kinda a
before
favorite of
quick
mine from
stop
this.
with me in WCW but WWE was always their goal. Upon arrival, it was clear that the dynasty's next generation
before he started having absolute
arrived, immediately drawing comparisons to their world-renowned predecessors.
laughing.
10 years before it became cool to say, Samu and Fatu displayed ruthless aggression in the ring, overwhelming opponents before the bell and continuing the non-stop attack until their hands were raised in victory. Deceptively agile for men of their size, they brutalized the opposition with devastating dives from the top rope. The duo would eventually go on to capture the WWE Tag Team Championships in the spring of 1994.
We needed this version to
fulfilling
stay
the promise
FR.
and carrying the legacy to even greater heights. At WrestleMania 9, the Head Shrinkers' one and only in-ring WrestleMania appearance saw them taking on Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers.
True. I think he would have been world champion in BS.
While I'm not one to make excuses, I am one to give opportunities to you, our expert gaming member of the WWE Universe. And so, today, you have the opportunity to make things right. WrestleMania 9, Las Vegas, Nevada. The Steiners performed at a near-perfect level that day, able to find every reversal and in the chaos emerge victorious. We are asking you to fix that. Stop them
Instead
in
we
their
got
tracks
us,
and
emoji
get
rolling
the
on the
Head
floor
Shrinkers
laughing,
that
emoji
WrestleMania
rolling on the
victory.
floor laughing,
You and
emoji
I
rolling on the
both
floor
know
laughing,
they
emoji
deserve.
rolling on the
But if
floor
you're not
laughing.
careful, you're
Skipping the
going to
rest.
find yourself
But
reliving
Rikishi
the
been
very
cold to be
same
honest, in my
memories
fan he
that
was
have
underrated
haunted
even in the gimmick.
Samu and Fatu for years. Steiner lines, suplexes, Frankensteiners that will all bring your evening to a vicious,
Fact spoolage.
miserable end.
One of the toughest teams in WWE history.
Nearly 600 pounds of pure savagery.
Is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring,
I love this arena.
at a combined weight of 565 pounds, Samu and Fatu, the Head Shrinkers.
Fair warning, this one may not be too pretty, guys.
You talk about rugged individuals. These are two tag teams that can really bring the fight to anyone that steps in their path.
It is
Yeah,
so
there's
fire.
about to be a seismic collision in the ring.
MBS.
This match means so much to the Steiners and to the Head Shrinkers.
Well, the whole world is focusing on WrestleMania
Being
9.
outside is
And the
lit at
last
dawn.
thing you want to do is come up on the short end.
Pride is on the line, and as is a stake to the claim of being the toughest team in all of WWE.
The Steiner brothers getting a tremendous ovation here in their first WrestleMania. And we'll see if they can carry on Michigan's winning ways.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 531 pounds, Rick and Scott, the Steiner Brothers.
The Steiner brothers are one of the most... Big fight feel in Las Vegas as Gladiators face off here at WrestleMania 9.
And we are watching four men who would have been right at home inside of a Roman Coliseum. The Head Shrinkers and the Steiners are ready for a true battle.
Both teams are relatively new to WWE, but we've seen that each duo is not afraid to get physical. Each side is looking for their first WrestleMania win, and they will do anything to earn it.
And pure cheapness we just saw with that attack.
And now placed in the corner. Oh, what a headbutt. I don't know, guys. That just opened a pretty nasty cut on Steiner.
Oh, my goodness.
The whole world is focused on WrestleMania 9 tonight. The last thing you want to do is come out on the wrong side of a match like this.
That's right. A big win at WrestleMania means a big boost in the tag division and a substantial winner's purse.
I don't think the head shrinkers concern themselves much with the financial matters, Saxton, but they are dead set on proving they're the toughest dudes around.
Sidewalk slam!
Almost drove him through the ring.
Made it for the tag.
Boom, running STO plants him.
Nicely done.
Oh, my God.
Pendulum back. Breaker.
Tick-tock.
Oh.
The Head Shrinkers and Steiners are two of the brightest young teams in WWE, but they both come to this match with a few years of experience in WCW.
The Steiner brothers earned many tag accolades in WCW, but Rick and Scott have their share of singles titles too.
Meanwhile, Samu and Fatu were never quite able to break through before WWE. You know that has to serve as motivation for the Head Shrinkers tonight.
I've seen Samu and Fatu headbutt each other during matches. If they do that to their own flesh and blood, who knows what they'll do to the Steiners?
It's just a byproduct of the brutal take-no-prisoners offense of the Head Shrinkers, Byron. These guys will bite, scratch, and claw their way to a win. Rulebook be damned.
And with Rick and Scott coming from an amateur collegiate background, they might be a bit more hesitant to bend the rules. Hopefully the Steiners can adapt, and fast.
Has been set up in the corner of the ring.
The Head Shrinkers accompanied to ringside by Alpha, but he's not the only tag team legend serving in a managerial role tonight.
That's right, Michael. Just like Alpha, Mr. Fuji earned many WWE tag titles as a wrestler. But now, he's hoping to lead Yokozuna to the WWE Championship.
And looking at all the top young talent in this ring, I see many other main event stars of the future that could follow the lineage of Yoko.
Clothesline! So effective. Wear and tear of this match is clearly starting to get to him.
Yeah, things could turn even worse soon if there isn't a tag on the horizon.
W7.
Before this match began, you heard the Steiner speak backstage. Scott saying, quote, "Me and my brother are going to go out with a game plan and do what we do best, and that's wrestle."
That's all well and good for the Steiner brothers, but nothing fancy here. Tasting victory. Backed up.
A great counter and a cover.
Oh, turning the pin around.
Oh, foot to leverage, shoulders down.
Hold on.
Trying to steal one here. And the referee stops the count before two.
Getting that shoulder up seemed to be pretty easy.
A steady stream of moves taking out Steiner.
The Head Shrinkers smartly keeping them.
And there goes Steiner sent outside the ring.
Fatu like a one-man wrecking
Y'all
machine
hit
right
with
now.
like, share, and
Cleaning
subscribe
house.
to my homie.
Oh, look at this, the power by Scott Steiner.
But the tag was made and Scott not aware.
Big kick.
Scott Steiner did not see the blind tag made by Samu.
Oh, this is not looking good for
W5.
Steiner.
And this is what the Head Shrinkers do. Top-tier tag team wrestling. Steiner didn't see the tag, decided to hot dog around, and got a foot in the face for it.
As we find ourselves surrounded by all this pageantry, do you think either of these teams is feeling the pressure of their first
W9.
WrestleMania?
I can tell you that Samu and Fatu truly did not care. Alpha has turned these men into brutal fighters who simply want to destroy their opponents no matter where the fight takes place.
And as for the Steiners, we know they have big match experience, tons of amateur championship bouts in college, and some of WCW's biggest events. But even
Scott covers, shoulders down.
somehow still has the energy for a quick kick out.
Ooh, and Samu fights back.
In the corner, has to find a way out of there. Launched into the air and hung across the top rope. Beautiful.
Oh, stomping away. And we are really seeing the amazing skill sets of all four men in this tag team showcase.
Well, we already knew about the brawling of the head shrinkers and the grappling of the Steiners, but men as big as these four behemoths should not be able to fly around the ring like they have thus far.
It is made for an extremely tough act to follow, guys.
To the sky.
Oh, jeez. Nasty kick to the face. Up the rope he goes. Look out.
Splash. That's it. No way the Steiners come back now. Looking for the pin, but was that enough?
And now the tag. Samu setting himself up top.
From the top.
Gosh, that looked like a bad landing. He gets out of the way.
Double underhook. Driven down with a powerbomb. Oh, man.
Hopefully in the way.
What a barrage of stops.
Countered with the knee to the face. Steiner absolutely not backing down.
Oh, accurate roundhouse. And into the corner he goes.
And that's going to jam Scott's offense.
Shoulder tackle. Uh-oh.
What a counter.
Oh, you can tell he's feeling it now.
Tag made. Classic Steiner Brothers tag team. Up to the top rope. Here comes the
Steiner Bulldog. Big move from the Steiners. Might just end things.
All you can bring down CJ versus Naomi for the Women's Championship this year.
Oh, no. Look what we have here.
Incoming.
turns that in his favor. Boom. And guys, what a war we're witnessing between the Steiners and the Head Shrinkers.
This is the trickiest bet in all of Vegas, Cole. Both teams so evenly matched, I wouldn't know who to bet on.
Fatu combats out of that.
Big clothesline.
Ooh! Oh! Thinking of going high risk here.
Take off.
The top of the diving hammer strike.
He's trying again. Oh, my. And the Head Shrinkers just might have it.
A kick out. Oh, my God.
Very few superstars possess the fortitude to do what we just witnessed.
Watching.
Completely missed the mark there. Closed fist punch to the jaw. That's one way to break up a move.
Oh, and a backbreaker.
Right to the spine. Being set up in the corner for something. Draped across the top rope.
Clubbing four. Fatu is imposing his will.
Seeing some high-impact offense from Samu and Fatu thus far.
I'm not sure the head shrinkers are even going for the victory. They just want to destroy the Steiners. The adrenaline is pumping, and the WWE Universe is on his side. The head shrinkers, the Steiners, taking each other to the limit. Here's the tag. Tandem offense on the horizon here. They have their opponent driven down face first.
Rick looks out of it.
Oh, going right into the pin. Oh, man. Ooh. Oh. Big back body draw. You see that height on that?
That just knocked him a bit off balance.
And he's ready to switch things up, tagging out. Down to opponent, and a double axe handle smash.
Climbing to the top. What's he thinking? He's about to do it. He's about to do it again.
Does that close it out for Fatu?
Here we go. Cover. There's two. And the head shrinkers get the win.
Here are your winners, Samu and Fatu, the Head Shrinkers.
And what a huge win for the Head Shrinkers tonight.
Samu and Fatu making their family proud and proving themselves as top contenders in the tag division.
Tiffy versus Jade Navy. FR.
Hey, let's put this in the simplest of all terms.
MHM.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the biggest celebrity on the
Family
face of the
sleeping
planet
on
today.
Naomi.
Now, whether he's a blue chipper, the people's champion, or as we know him right now, the final boss, The Rock has always commanded all of the attention in the arena since the very first moment he made his WWE debut at the 1996 Survivor Series.
She doesn't need a
Born
championship.
into this business, The Rock would become WWE's first ever third-generation superstar, following in the footsteps of his father and grandfather. Who had competed in WWE rings before him.
Dwayne had the huge responsibility. There's a legacy, and you have to
Tiffy
take
needs
it so
this more
seriously.
than anything FR.
Even with incredibly high expectations, the Great One surpassed them all. Along with the usual achievements, if your
JD2.
name is The Rock, 2 Intercontinental Championships, 5 Tag Team Championships, 8 WWE Heavyweight Championships, a Royal Rumble victory, not even to forget the fact that The Rock once led an entire nation. The Rock
Not really
has
DC, she
one
was
of the
already
more
a high caliber
noteworthy feats
superstar
in
since debut.
WWE history, earning WrestleMania victories over Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and John Cena. Each of these men are
She a
known
2X
as
tag
the
team
faces
champion.
of their respective era. Each of these men found out what happens when you go one-on-one. Oh, you know the rest. Of course, The Rock rivaled Stone
Bro
Cold
Tiffy ain't he
Steve
put on a
Austin's
classic yet with the
popularity
title.
during the vaunted
That's enough
Attitude
for
Era.
now, she needs
Tearing
feuds.
opponents down with rock bottoms and people's elbows while tearing them apart on the mic with cutting one-liners and catchphrases that are still recited
Laughing.
to this day. If you smell, know your role and shut your mouth. He ended CM Punk's
Yes, she did.
434-day title reign as WWE champion at the 2013
We always
Royal
gone debate
Rumble
on
as well,
wrestling laughing.
after having only competed twice over the previous 9 years, displaying the always-ready mentality and physical conditioning on which he has built his global brand. But you don't need me to rattle off The Rock's resume to you, now do you? Of course not. The man is an occasion unto himself. He has headlined the biggest events against WWE's most iconic superstars and has always found a way to, how does he put it? Layeth the smackdown on some jabroni's candy ass. I couldn't have said it better myself, although I think I may have just done that. But indeed, he has. On a
we all thought Charlotte was winning. No, I am trooping.
The Rock, still known as Rocky Maivia, would find himself challenging for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Only a few months into his tenure, he would be matched up against a face that would ultimately become one of his most familiar and hated rivals, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Seemingly overmatched by a more seasoned opponent, a youthful Rock would demonstrate all the traits that have come to define him in the years since. Tenacity, high IQ, and that legendary Samoan strength to ultimately surprise Helmsley and kick off the first championship reign for Rocky Maivia. It would be the first step of a journey that has ultimately led The Rock into the pantheon of WWE's elite. So now it's all in your hands. It's up to you to showcase the undying drive that makes The Rock the hardest worker in the room to deliver a shocking upset against the Greenwich snob himself. Guide The Rock to victory over Triple H at a very special Thursday Raw Thursday to give the first jolt to what would become the most electrifying career in sports entertainment.
And here comes the number one contender, at least for tonight, Rocky Maivia.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the
WWE going one-on-one with The Undertaker.
Intercontinental Championship. Making his way to the ring is the challenger from the South Pacific, weighing in at 275 pounds, Rocky Maivia.
A blue chip talent with a bright future.
For my truth, hell you, let's do it.
On his way to defend the Intercontinental Championship, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Emoji rolling on the floor laughing.
From Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 246 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Helmsley is scheduled to face another challenger at an upcoming show this Sunday, and he's taking the risk, stepping in here against a newcomer, Rocky Maivia.
Well, you can consider it risky, you can consider it overconfident, but any way you look at it, it's a dangerous move by Helmsley to take on an athlete who has been on a real roll. Rocky Maivia has been successful thus far in WWE, and Rocky is focused. Rocky is only thinking about tonight.
Saxton, just curious, have you ever exercised your right
It
to
is
remain
still crazy
silent?
to think
I am
Teddy Long was
tired
The
of all this talk
Undertaker's
about
manager
Rocky
in
Maivia.
WCW.
Yeah, he's been on a roll, but it could all come to a screeching halt tonight at the hands of Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
A title coveted by legends and hungry young talent
Long-term
alike.
storytelling. Oh yeah.
The Intercontinental Championship is on the line here between two superstars who don't have anything nice to say about one another. The challenger, Rocky Maivia, and our current champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Well, Helmsley is our champion for a reason. He's a cut above the rest, a higher class of in-ring competitor. This Rocky Maivia guy should learn his place and respect his betters.
Well, that attitude is exactly why Maivia is so eager to go after Helmsley and his title. He wants to prove Helmsley is just a snide and arrogant blowhard.
Well, I had the Rock action figure when he was in this gimmick.
Doesn't deserve to be champion.
Only one of these men will leave this ring our Intercontinental Champion. This should be a memorable match. Ooh! And watching from home is Rocky Johnson, the father of Rocky Maivia, former WWE Tag Team Champion.
I must admit, I do see a bright future for Maivia. Those that have been privileged enough to see Rocky Johnson in action will appreciate Rocky Maivia because he's a chip off the old block.
Notwithstanding as well the genes of his grandfather, the incomparable Peter Maivia, Chief Maivia.
Oh boy, they don't come any tougher.
Wards that off. What a response. Float over.
Float over. Nice DDT.
Smothering offense now from Rocky.
Maivia keeps bringing the energy, and Helmsley has no answer.
Sleeper hold cinched in deep.
Fading.
Wwe 1.5 on the Stacy Lightning.
Connecting on the DDT.
Rolled up from behind. This could be it.
Able to reach the ropes, and he's able to last here. Raw drop kick. And give credit where it's due. Rocky. Cobra clutch.
The Cobra clutch is in.
Pain just painted all across his face right now. In trouble here.
A couple of elbows to the jaw, and that'll break things up. And able to beat Helmsley to the punch. And we know Rocky doesn't have the same experience as Helmsley, and that could be a developing story as this match progresses.
Yeet.
And this is where an experienced wrestler like Helmsley can take a young wrestler and pick him apart, take advantage, capitalize, and win.
Helmsley has no control here.
The power of Rocky Maivia is too much for Helmsley right now.
Drop kick!
Great athleticism. An unprotected shot to the head. Those could add up.
Gosh. Clothesline!
Zero seconds to spare. Yeet.
Oh, he timed that counter well.
Hunter finding a way to slow his opponent's assault down.
And might be what gets Helmsley out of jeopardy. And even before the bell rang tonight, I think Hunter Hearst Helmsley has been trying to frustrate Rocky. He's tried to say, hey, young fella, we're going to do things at my pace, not yours.
Rocky, the 6'5", around 270-pound stud, just has to keep his from way up top down. Maivia took to the sky and executed that high risk perfectly. I don't think Helmsley had that scouted at all.
Getting tossed around. Hunter whipped into the corner. Nobody home. Rocky hit hard. And now Hunter looks to take over this match.
Helmsley muscling Maivia up to the top turnbuckle and a big right hand.
Well, our truth needs to
Helmsley
be
with something
protected.
big in mind here for his challenger tonight.
At all costs.
Well, this is just blatant disrespect from the arrogant champion.
Almost daring Rocky. Hey, you really want my title? You really think you're going to be Intercontinental Champion?
Up to the top. Hooking Rocky into a superplex. This could be it. Can Hunter capitalize? This could be it. Hook of the leg and a cover. And Rocky stays in it, getting his shoulder up.
Still not enough to put out the flame of Rocky Maivia.
Hunter
His
has to be
world
asking
championship
himself,
ring
what
going to
else
be
do I have
legendary,
in
I
my
shit you not.
arsenal? And I think we may get our answer, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, I believe, before this one's over. Hunter hooking Rocky, taking his time, looking to put him away.
But Maivia just collapsed.
This just shows you how much damage Hunter Hearst Helmsley has inflicted on the challenger in this matchup.
I think Maivia's done. Official might want to step in, call this one.
The official checking on Rocky. Hunter Hearst Helmsley believes this is close to being over. Lifting him back up again. Rocky rolls through. Shoulders down. Rocky wins the title.
Rocky Maivia has shocked Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Here is your winner and the new Intercontinental Champion, Rocky Maivia.
We have a new Intercontinental Champion.
In a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers, the final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss. There wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. You can think of him as the first boss.
I wanna do a video about R-Truth.
Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation.
I think
for
with
our
the
family.
Bloodline edition I already got stuff unlocked.
Yeah, wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever, and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Maivia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steele is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Maivia properly with a resounding victory.
Uh-oh, somebody called the local zoo.
And strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Maivia.
Always a chaotic matchup.
His opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Steele had better keep an eye on Maivia because Maivia is a true brawler.
Few men can handle the chaos of the animal inside.
Steel cage match underway. Hoping to end it early. He kicks out before two.
No harm in seeing if he can finish him off quick there.
Oh, he cuts it off.
The animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, Byron, we've seen the animal brandish a weapon against Peter Maivia before. It was against the rules. The High Chief better be prepared for Steele to get even crazier.
Oh, Maivia's prepared all right. The man is extremely tough and agile. In fact, the High Chief's entire body can be considered a weapon.
The High Chief Peter Maivia and George the Animal Steele facing off in a steel cage. Each man looking to finally score a decisive victory in this rivalry.
Why? Why?
Never forget, the goal is to win by any means necessary.
Hold on a second. He might be finding a submission hold here. This could be it.
Needs to escape and does. Gets free from that painful hold.
Boom, running FTO plants him.
Nicely done. Uh-oh. Oh, clutch.
Break someone's back. And
he lets go of the hold, but I don't see any reason for it.
No telling what's going on in his mind right now, Michael.
Dishing out a suplex. Rocked with a headbutt, but not done yet. A second one.
Ooh, practically never-ending blows. Coming at full force here. And into the turnbuckle he goes.
Wicked clothesline. George the Animal Steele is not a wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, guys. He's a true brawler.
And he might be the best brawler in WWE, Michael. There is no shortage of fight in the animal.
Take it over.
Go for the win here.
Oh, look at this. Reverses the leverage. Rotates out and gets the cover. Holding over, misses it. Shoulders down. Kick out before the one count.
He is going to take this match as long and as far as he needs to.
This is disgusting.
Hey, desperate times call for desperate measures. You got to do what you got to do.
Boom. The High Chief Peter Maivia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast, but he's made the biggest splash in Hawaii, where he earned multiple tag team titles.
Oh yeah, Maivia is a huge celebrity on the islands. In fact, I've heard some consider him the personification of Maui.
Going to be agonizing for the arm. Uh-oh.
Maivia gets stonewalled. Maivia one step ahead.
Oh, man, right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow.
Just punishing their opponent.
Peter Maivia is looking unstoppable now.
Yeah, Maivia has really figured the animal out here.
When a man like Peter Maivia signs up for a match with the animal, he doesn't know what to expect, just to expect anything in the world.
From the heavens, big body splash from the top.
Totally helpless at the moment. What a way to get out of that one.
He isn't taking this lying down anymore.
But George has to push now while a window's open. Stiff handler.
He's just having his way now. No regrets, no second thoughts.
And you can see Steele is struggling to weather. Oh, this is what you get. He had that coming.
Cut off with a sweep.
Peter Maivia very tough, but he also has movie star good looks. Quite the combo.
And it served him well, Michael. In fact, the High Chief has major acting and stunt work credits to his name. And who knows? Maybe we'll see the Maivia name on Hollywood billboards again sometime.
Well, before any of that happens, the High Chief needs to survive this war against the animal.
Oh my! Maivia just dominated the animal with that one.
And look at this now. Bad intentions coming with this hold.
A stump puller.
All kinds of pressure and pain being inflicted on the leg by this hold.
Now, even if you survive it, it's going to be...
He has nowhere to go. Tap. He taps.
Here is your winner, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief, Peter Maivia.
George Steele is one tough animal, but the way Maivia faced him in the cage tonight just reinforced what everyone already knew, that the High Chief is one tough Samoan.
She's not like most girls. She's also not like most WWE superstars. Nia Jax, the reigning queen of the ring, is a reckoning, a force of nature that blitzes right through her competition. A cousin of The Rock. Nia Jax arrived in NXT almost 10 years ago with astronomical expectations. Undaunted, Nia Jax would dominate early opponents, finding herself competing for the NXT Women's Championship mere months after her debut. It did not take long for those running Raw and SmackDown to take notice.
Well, our next pick, Nia Jax.
And Nia Jax would join the Raw roster as part of the 2016 draft lottery. And since joining the main roster, absolutely no one has been safe from Nia Jax. She is a two-time women's champion. She is a two-time women's tag team champion. She competed in the men's Royal Rumble match in 2019, even getting an elimination while in the ring.
Nia Jax looking to eliminate. She does.
She's battled standouts like Charlotte, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. And all the while, she has left undeniable destruction in her wake. In the ring, she applies many of the same tactics that once benefited Yokozuna, even using her own version of the Bonsai Drop, known as the Annihilator. And just like its namesake, if it connects, your night is over. And Nia Jax remains driven for even more success, jumping at any opportunity to prove her dominance. This last year, that included entering into the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament after earning victories over Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair. Nia Jax would fight her way into the finals, taking on former NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria built a lot of momentum, defeating Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and Io Sky to punch her ticket into the final at the Queen and King of the Ring. With an obvious game plan, Lyra would look to stick and move, avoiding the colossal attacks of her opponent. Unfortunately, as often happens when competing against Nia Jax, Lyra made one miscalculation, and that error in judgment provided Nia Jax with the opening she needed to annihilate her competition. This is your opportunity to crown the first queen in Bloodline history. Make Lyra suffer. Make her regret ever entering your ring. Showcase the otherworldly power that forces an entire roster to cower in your presence. Because when you're an irresistible force like Nia Jax, resistance is futile.
And now a dark horse will face an unforgiving titan in hopes to don the crown. Lyra Valkyria versus Nia Jax in the Queen of the Ring Finals.
The following is the final match in the Queen of the Ring Tournament. Introducing first, from San Diego, California, Nia Jax.
I cannot wait to witness what unfolds here. The irresistible force has been on a tear recently.
And Nia believes the crown already belongs to her. Will Jax's menacing presence and sheer power be too much for Valkyria to overcome? Or can Lyra write a happy ever after ending to her Cinderella story?
Lyra Valkyria fancies herself a Morrigan, which is an Irish goddess of war. As they were on the battlefield, they used to take the shape of ravens to fly around and decide who would live and who would die. That is what Lyra Valkyria is bringing to the ring here tonight.
And her opponent, from Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria.
Lyra Valkyria may have read a little too much fantasy in her day, and now is reality. Lyra Valkyria is about to go toe-to-toe with a real-life, fire-breathing dragon in the form of Nia Jax. Nia Jax, who's in the best physical condition of her career, tonight will make someone. Will it be Lyra? Will it be Nia? We'll find out in a matter of moments.
And guys, you win the crown. Guess what waits for you in August?
A date with the champion of your respective brand at SummerSlam.
And it's all come down to this. And Nia now misses wildly. Lyra goes up over the top. Nia's got it caught, though.
Lyra trying to rely on her technique to bring down the irresistible force, but having no luck at the moment.
I'm not sure this is going to work either.
Jax just entirely too strong, but whoa!
That was interesting.
Oh, nice athleticism by Valkyria. Even Jax might be a little impressed.
I wouldn't go that far, Saxton. Here comes Nia, just imposing her will on Lyra Valkyria.
Again, Lyra showing how resourceful she is, applying the sleeper to Nia Jax. Lyra tried to hold on.
And now Nia Jax in control, and she's going to look to put Lyra away. Nobody home! Sent outside the ring, and Valkyria's got a chance.
Huge window of opportunity. Right now for Lyra Valkyria to strike. Lyra may actually pull this off. Lyra may become queen. Lyra has the advantage. She has Nia reeling.
But Lyra can't win Queen of the Ring with Jax on the outside. This match has to end in the ring.
Oh. Lyra says she feels alive every time she flies, and That's what Nia has to avoid tonight, keeping Lyra grounded.
The woman thinks she's a bird, Cole. What do you expect?
It's symbolism, Graves. Nia Jax, Lyra Valkyria facing off in the finals of the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament. Who will take home the crown? And gets tossed back into the mat.
Wow, Nia Jax throws a hard punch.
Put into the corner. What could be next?
Draped into the deadly Tree of Woe position.
Stuck in the Tree of Woe and just having their face stomped.
Confidence is always a key for Nia Jax. She comes into every match thinking she has it won.
But when you have this business in your blood like Nia does, that confidence is genetic.
But ever since the Irresistible Force returned to WWE 8 months ago, her confidence has been on another level.
And she's gaining even more confidence as this match progresses. Jax may just be unstoppable now. Just launched across the ring.
Annihilating offense from Nia.
Looking so high and mighty now, is she?
Corey, what do you think is going to be the key in this match for Nia Jax? She certainly made plenty of promises when it comes to being Queen of the Ring.
What Nia brings to the dance, Cole, is raw power, the likes of which you rarely see from most men, let alone women. Nia has absolutely no problem using that power, and the same goes for her throwing her weight around in the ring. Lyra Valkyria might just learn that the hard way tonight.
There's so many moves at Nia's disposal that she can end this.
Valkyria crushed in the corner by Jax.
Squashing Lyra in the corner, and the beginning of the end may be near. And Nia now, with Lyra on her back, going to climb up to the second rope.
This is a scary situation for Lyra. Oh, look at this. Maybe not.
No way. There's no way.
Oh, my.
Oh, no. Good night, Annihilator.
Here is your winner and the new Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax.
What a victory to the brand new Queen of the Ring.
Nia said she would do it, and she backed up her claims.
And now the Chief Content Officer of WWE and Triple H going to come in to congratulate Nia Jax and officially crown her the Queen of the Ring.
Absolute dominance by the new Queen.
I'm sure you will agree with your wise man. Many WWE superstars say they will do whatever it takes in order to achieve success. Quite often, it's a bunch of BS. But if you're lucky, you may run into someone who is willing to look out for the group. Someone willing to make sacrifices. And for this family, there was no one better than Rikishi. After the Head Shrinkers run in WWE came to an end, Rikishi, then known as Fatu, would go on a journey of self-discovery. This journey would lead to him taking on the name Rikishi, a subtle nod to his cousin Yokozuna, as well as an opportunity to start fresh with a global audience.
Well, my dad, when he became the Rikishi character, when you think about Samoan wrestlers, right, or mean, or aggressive, he made it like his own flavor, right? He had the blonde hair, still carried the aggressiveness, but I think he just wanted to add like a little flavor to it. It became even more popular to our culture.
Rikishi blitzed WWE from the jump, devastating opponents with new tricks and winning people over with his fat-ass dance moves.
That Rikishi is fat, all right. VHAT.
And with this wave of newfound momentum came even more success, with Rikishi capturing the WWE Intercontinental Championship and displaying incredible athleticism in iconic moments like when he dove off the top of the steel cage. The year 2000 belonged to Rikishi. But little did anyone know, Rikishi held a dark secret regarding a decision he'd made not for his own benefit, but for the benefit of the family. It was at the 1999 Survivor Series that Stone Cold Steve Austin was hit by a car in the arena parking lot, forcing him from the main event later that night for the WWE Championship. For nearly a year, all of WWE was consumed with figuring out who was driving that damn car and why Austin was targeted in the first place. The verdict came in. The car was driven by Rikishi. Rikishi would stand strong.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. I didn't do it for me. I did it for The Rock.
What?
Rikishi would lay out a years-long gripe that WWE preferred Steve Austin to The Rock, and so Rikishi had made sure that The Rock's only competition had been removed from the picture. Rikishi sacrificed his own popularity to reach this goal. The Rock thrived while Austin was on the shelf. For Rikishi, the struggle and fall was all worth it. Rikishi knew that he would eventually have to face off with the Texas Rattlesnake to answer for his sins. And he welcomed that meeting with open arms. What Rikishi was unprepared for was for WWE to stack the deck entirely, looking to make Rikishi pay for taking out their golden goose. Stone Cold Steve Austin was allowed to drive his truck directly to the ring and was generally given the freedom to do whatever the hell he wanted in the name of revenge. We are going to make things right. This time, when Rikishi and Stone Cold Steve Austin lock horns, there will be no stacking of the deck. Someone willing to give of himself so that his family, this family, can succeed, deserves better. So get in there and showcase the never say die spirit that has led this family to victory time and time and time and time and time and time again. Use whatever weapon you can get your hands on and prove to Stone Cold Steve Austin that you will do anything for the people.
Is it legal to not show up? Rikishi has brutalized Austin lately.
Austin will be here, Byron. I just refuse to think anything else.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a no-holds-barred match. Introducing first, from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 424 pounds, Rikishi!
We have learned more about Rikishi in the last couple of weeks than we knew about him his entire career here in WWE. He said he ran over Austin not for himself, but for The Rock.
Right, and now he's coming out here, and I guess if Austin doesn't show up, the general manager is going to have to come out here and declare this is a forfeit, and Rikishi's going to win it. This man makes me sick. Is he here?
Well, there's the Rattlesnake's music.
He's here. Austin's here.
Stone Cold Steve Austin came here with no fear, no hesitation, just revenge.
His opponent, from Victoria, Texas, weighing in at 252 pounds, Stone Cold Steve Austin!
Austin fought for his life to make it back here, to make Rikishi pay.
Now there is no way Rikishi can escape the Texas Rattlesnake.
It's been almost a year since Austin competed in the ring. Austin is a man possessed. Rikishi feels good about running over Austin and said he'd do it again. That man is sick.
Oh, Rikishi made two mistakes. One, trying to end Austin's life. And two, not being man enough to finish the job.
Austin's going to have...
It's a miracle Austin survived being run over by Rikishi. Now a pissed off Texas Rattlesnake is on the loose and out for revenge.
It took Austin almost a year to recover from the injuries he suffered in that heinous attack. You can't blame Austin for the damage he inflicts on Rikishi tonight.
A lesser man wouldn't have survived. Stone Cold promised that Rikishi's days of walking above ground were over. This is no holds barred.
Shovel in hand, carnage in his eyes. This is no good.
Coming down hard with that shovel. Ooh, taking full advantage of the foreign object in play here. Back-to-back attacks.
I can't watch this anymore. Just someone make it stop.
This is beyond personal. Now this is about putting the competition out of action.
Now this is just overkill. This is just unnecessary. This is no way to treat any human being.
Diamond-plated steel coming at you.
The Rattlesnake's being picked apart.
No one holding Rikishi's family down now, taking out all those years of frustration on Austin here.
Slides under the ropes. Back into the ring.
I don't know what he's got in mind heading to the floor here. This one's heading to the outside.
I can't begin to imagine what he's got planned here, guys.
Maybe it's a yard sale.
We talked so much about motives leading into this match. In my view, Rikishi's are delusional. His family have been given equal opportunities, and they all took full advantage of them.
Yeah, my blood boils at the propaganda Rikishi's been selling. But I'll tell you about the most legitimate motive in this story, and that is payback for Stone Cold. Austin nearly had his life taken from him, and there is no greater reason to stomp the tar out of somebody than that. Oh, man, Rikishi is a man on a mission now. You just love seeing him get knocked down a peg.
And though The Rock wants nothing to do with this altercation, we have to mention the sadness Rikishi has brought to him.
Rock might be innocent in this whole ordeal, but I feel that somewhere inside his soul, The Rock is happy with what... Austin and Rikishi trading heavy artillery on the outside, and here comes the Rattlesnake.
Stone Cold Steve Austin fired up and revenge on his mind.
You got to think about how bad Austin has wanted this ever since Survivor Series last year. Been dying to get his hands on Rikishi.
All of that venom, all of the vitriol inside of Austin being unleashed on Rikishi right now.
Remember, this is no holds barred. Anything goes.
Austin has Rikishi down. The Rattlesnake is red hot. And do you hear this capacity crowd? They want more from Stone Cold. All that he wants to see Rikishi get beaten down like a pile of human filth. Oh, he flips that around.
And we know how despicable Rikishi has been. But to throw vinegar on the Rattlesnake's nest, Rikishi goes and destroys Austin's truck with a sledgehammer.
Well, hell hath no fury like a man who has his car tampered with. It's just extra motivation for every fist Austin lands in this fight. Rikishi feeling the pride of his family with every ounce of damage he delivers to Stone Cold.
And he tosses him back in now. No count out as he takes things out of the ring.
Rikishi is feeling the energy right now. Oh, man. Chucking the steps right into them.
Scary mindset for the rattlesnake. Austin scattered pictures of Rikishi all over his home. Said that every time he looks at Rikishi, he's looking at a dead man.
Yeah, Rikishi taking that as an empty threat. Thinking that Austin isn't the man he claims to be. But trust me, when Stone Cold says he has you in his crosshairs, that's no empty threat.
Rikishi is picking the competition apart.
Rikishi with an onslaught here against Austin. Dare I say, Stone Cold could be in trouble.
And Rikishi enjoying how he's worn down the rattlesnake throughout this match.
And I bet The Rock is smiling about it, too.
Oh, stop that nonsense, Corey. That's how you stop your opponent. There has been a lot of vitriol coming from fans towards Rikishi these past few weeks. And this Albany crowd is continuing that pattern of disdain.
You think Rikishi cares about the fans, though? No, not at all. He truly believes he's done something for his family, for his people. His family's respect is the only respect he's desperate for. Clothesline! Austin in a state of distress now.
Yeah, Rikishi isn't giving any quarter. Timed his defense perfectly.
And Austin's plans fail there.
And Rikishi slows Austin down with a thunderous right.
Austin's in trouble. And now steel chair. Oh, and Austin, he just averted disaster there.
And now Austin gonna deliver the punishment with the steel chair.
A relentless Texas rattlesnake beating the brakes off of Rikishi with a steel chair.
And again, thunderous blows by Austin. Down goes Rikishi. Austin beating the hell out of him.
I know Austin has good reason to be doing all this, but he could be taking it too far at this point.
I don't think the rattlesnake is taking it far enough, Corey. Austin wants to put Rikishi's life in danger, just like Rikishi did to him.
Scooped up, here it comes.
Rikishi driver. And that one busted up Austin, too. Will that keep the rattlesnake down?
This is a situation you want to avoid.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right. Oh, my gosh. Runs into the post.
Tossed back into the ring.
He's getting back up, but I don't think he's going to like what he finds.
Sent right into the corner. Oh, and a headbutt. Rikishi ready to go.
Not done yet. The wheels are turning for Rikishi as he ascends up the ropes.
No shaker from Rikishi. Rikishi got all of it.
2 count. 3. No. 2 count.
Austin somehow kicked out. I cannot believe the beating he's been able to endure.
That was the best weapon in the arsenal, but it wasn't enough to produce an end result. Setting up for something here. Rikishi trying to pick up the win. Rikishi somehow defangs the rattlesnake. This is not what many of us expected to see. We wanted to see retribution, but Rikishi was too much of a monster for Stone Cold tonight.
The vitriol that consumed Rikishi powered him to finish the job and leave a battered Austin in his rear-view mirror.